Now they say meeting your hero in person may change your perception of how you think of them. They may not be as good as they are in person when you see behind the scenes. Hey guys, welcome to Chris Mack. For today's video, I have the 2023 LCI BMW G80 M3 Competition Xdrive. I'm going to show you around this vehicle real quick and take you on the drive and show you why this is my hero. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications. Let's get into this video, shall we? Looking at the outside of the 23 G80 BMW M3 Competition, this is your key fob right here, very familiar. You have lock, unlock, trunk release, as well as a panic button. But looking at the outside, I have to say those black sapphire metallic color really complements the front grille, as do the LED laser headlights. You can see right there, you do have a carbon fiber lip, which does come with the carbon fiber package, as well as a sensor right there in the grille, as this one does have the driver assistance package. You can't see the aggressive lines and divots in the hood, making it look so aggressive and mean. You have functional vents right there for cooling the brakes when you're on the track or doing more spirited driving, as well as the BMW 50th anniversary M badging right there, available for all 23 BMWs. Coming around to the wheels, you can see they have 19-inch rims in the front with 20s in the back. This is wrapped in 275 with tires for the front with 285s in the rear. These are summer tires, of course. Now this one is also opted with the red brake calipers. Blues are standard, and you can of course get carbon ceramic brakes as a separate option. M3 comp badging right there. Do like the mirrors right there with the little kind of ear design right there. That is pretty cool. Of course, you have keyless entry for all 4 door handles, as well as a carbon fiber roof up top. This one also is lowered a little bit, so it's sitting a little bit lower than a standard G80 would, but coming around to the rear, can see the nearly center mounted quad exhaust tips right there for all BMW M cars with blacked out M3 comp badging. Of course, do have full LED light, and it's aggressive M spoiler right here. That carbon fiber roof looks sweet though. Let me show you guys the trunk. Wow, that thing's idling away, you hear that? So you can't see it is of course powered. So you can close the tailgate right there or trunk and lock it. And you have 13 cubic feet of space. You can't see there's pretty good room back here. Let me show you guys under the hood of the M3. It is idling up. I see you. But typical BMWs, you pull it twice. Now under the hood, you can of course see this does have the S58, which is a 3-liter inline 6 with twin turbos. It makes 503 horsepower, 479 pound-foot of torque. You will get 16 in the city, 22 on the highway, and 18 combined. This is routed to all 4 wheels through the Xdrive version and connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Vehicle weight is about 3,900 pounds, as this one is equipped. This thing is such an art piece right there. You can see the brace right there for structural rigidity when you are attacking the roads in this M3, but this thing looks like artwork under here. Let me show you guys the interior of the M3. We will start out in the back seats. Now I'm not going to cover everything, as I did a 3 Series video a couple months ago, and I covered mostly infotainment, but stepping on in, you can see this does have the carbon back and bucket seats right here, which looks so nice. Look at that, this is nice. Here's a quick look to the front cabin. Of course, this does have the carbon roof, so there is no moonroof. It does lower the center of gravity, which you will feel out on the road. 2 USB-C ports, and of course, you do have a signal zone climate control for the rear. and a pass-through right here with some LED illumination. This is the Fiona Red interior, which looks nice. It does have a 16-speaker Harman Kardon sound system. Let's hit the driver's seat where all of the action happens. This is, of course, a driver-focused vehicle, so how is the cockpit? Since this is basically a fighter jet on wheels. Of course, got memory seats right there, typical 3 Series stuff. This lovely Fiona Red interior color is nice. Of course, you do have the M bucket seats with adjustable bolstering right there, power back as well as bottom support with manual adjusting steering wheel. Light controls are on this side. To adjust the steering wheel, it is under the column right there. Definitely have to be a little bit careful when stepping into the interior, but these bucket seats, they are definitely tight, but I will tell you guys once I hit the road how they are on a little bit of a trip. But you can't see right there in front of you. You do have your M display right there. This is, of course, the new iDrive 8, so it is a 14.9-inch display right here with a 12.3-inch display right there. You have a driver assistance right here on this side with your cluster controls right here on that side. So basically hit this button, you can change the content, your different setups right there. Of course, you got your turbo pressure, tire pressure as well, horsepower, so if you give it a little gas, you'll see it go up a little bit. G meter for G-force, media, and so on. You can, of course, toggle that way to customize the head-up display right there. So you got a navigation view and a reduced view. Definitely like the standard view right there. It does have a lot of information, which is very helpful. But of course, do have carbon paddles, with this being the one equipped with the carbon fiber trim on the interior. Do love the carbon right there around the steering wheel. It is, of course, heated. By hitting that button, it'll tell you right there on the screen, as well as on the head-up display. Light controls right there for your turn signals, and then over here, as well as your wiper controls on that side. Of course, have your customizable end buttons, so I might as well get into drive mode stuff. So let me show you right here in M mode. So basically in M mode, you got road, which is basically like your kind of standard comfortish mode, I would say. And then you also do have a sport mode, which you can hit right there. You can see it just changed the gauge cluster right there. And then, of course, speaking of modes, let me show you guys what I have set for my different modes. So right here in setup, you hit the setup button right there, and you can customize everything from engine, chassis, steering, brake feel, as well as the Xdrive system. So you can have it in 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive sport, or regular 4-wheel drive mode. Now for M1 customizations right there, I do have it set up for the following. So I have brakes and sport. Let's scroll up to the top. But engine sport plus, transmission max, chassis max, steering and comfort. And then of course you do have brakes and sport, and DSC is in M dynamic mode, which is basically just like a traction off, 4-wheel drive sport, auto start stop off, and exhaust on. You can of course customize the M2 button right here on the steering wheel. All very easy to use and interactive. But let me show you guys the infotainment, and while I'm doing that, let me show you guys a couple of more changes for the drive modes and stuff in this. So you of course got your traction, so you hit it once for M dynamic mode, and then you hold it for DSC off or dynamic stability control off. Auto start stop defeat, red push button start, and of course that's the mode function right there, allowing you to customize to back to regular mode. And then exhaust and auto hold functions right there. But let me show you guys the infotainment. Of course, navigation, like I did in my 3 Series video, is very easy to use. You got your radio controls, no problem at all. And of course, you do have media. So I want to show you guys a quick audio test. Now, the regular 330 that I reviewed had the 10-speaker hi-fi sound system. This actually does have the 16-speaker Harman Kardon sound system. So I wanted to show you guys that out real quick.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit
as you can see, the 16-speaker Harman Kardon sound system definitely has a lot more bass and clarity versus the 10-speaker hi-fi system. You can see, of course, you do have your media information right there in your line of sight when you are driving. Home button right there. So of course you do have navigation, just like in the 330 video that I show you guys with navigation, and then your Apple CarPlay, which is of course wireless, very easy to use. And then if you hit the 4 square button right there, it'll basically pull up all your different information for climate, mobile devices, wireless CarPlay, as well as Android Auto. Weather information, seat comfort right there, So you can change like the automatic position alert and so on. And live vehicle feed. It'll show you a little diagram of M3 right there. Put my foot on the brake. You can see it's braking. But that is pretty cool. Of course, I have your system settings right there. For the infotainment display, 14.9 inches. The back button is right there. You of course do have ambient lighting, which you can customize. So just like in the Rally 3 series, you got it right there, as well as right here and right there along the dash under here. So let me show you guys a quick demonstration of that. So if I change it to Emerald, you can see the little strip right there changes. Definitely a lot more brighter at nighttime, but it is a little daytime right now. But yeah, you do have various different colors for that. Built-in owner's manual, message, doors, and then of course you have your drive settings right there for your driver assistance. This does have the driver assistance pack, so you get the full suite of driver assist. So you can customize the forward collision warning, lane departure, blind spot. You also do have side collision as well as like a detention assist, so it'll tell you if you need to take a break, as well as a speed warning right there. But we'll leave that off because this is a performance vehicle. Parking stuff right there, as well as some more driving assist right there. Exterior lighting right there, as well as vehicle status, and basically all your different various modes which you can use. You also do have built-in message as well as phone, and so on. And then of course break it down a little bit if you don't want to get an overload of all the different menus, so you can break it down by infotainment apps and vehicle apps. Your climate control is right there. You do have 3-stage heated front seats. You can get cool ventilated seats as a separate option. Definitely more interactive than the last 7 series that I did that had a whole bunch of menus. But yep, so that's basically your settings right there. Volume with track forward and back. Do love this lovely carbon fiber trim right here. You have a wireless charging pad with 2 cup holders and a USB-A port, as well as 12-volt charger. I showed you guys all the driving stuff right here, but to work the gear shifter, push up for reverse. You can't see right there, you do have a 360 camera, which is adjustable of course. You can change the different views. You can also put on a 3D view right there, allowing you to rotate around the vehicle. You can also use the rotary dial if you don't get fingerprints on the infotainment display, which is nice. There we go. So a car wash mode and so on, as well as a automatic parking function, which if you guys saw my 7 series video, works very good. Push that for park. Of course, I have your setup functions right there, which I'll show you guys for the drive modes. Telephone, and you can also put up your torque as well as turbo and so on. Weather, my BMW right there. So you basically put up all your different apps, and it is very nice though. It works very good. The response is good. But I'm looking down here, you can't see, of course, you have your rotary dial, so you can control it right here by pushing the physical buttons. Do like the glass finish that it does have. You can swipe, push down, and of course you have a back button if you make a mistake, as well as options right there. Automatic parking brake. Now more about the drive mode. So right there you can customize how you want the gear shifts to be, from max to the lowest amount, basically comfort. And then you pull all the way back for a drive, push for automatic, and then push again for a manual mode with the automatic parking brake right there. Center console right here with the USB-C port with some illumination right there, pretty nice. But I'm looking at these seats. Let me move this junk out the way so you guys can see that. These M bucket seats are nice. So much comfort, really does keep you planted in these seats. And the bolstering is of course adjustable. LED illumination up top with SOS telematics. Visor right there, there's LED illuminated with a garage door opener. But let's go ahead and take the G80 M3 for a quick drive and see how she does. So basically, let me show you guys in setups. This is basically how I have it customized right here. The only thing that's tailored back is the steering. But let's go. Wow. That was like half throttle and the rear end just came around beautifully. I didn't realize it was in manual mode right there, but let me leave it in drive. Now I already did drive the vehicle in comfort mode already, or basically road mode. And I have to say though that so far the vehicle was phenomenal. you almost forgot that you were driving a M3 at times, as the suspension was so smooth. The transmission is went along as a normal torque converter automatic, but it really does slap shifts when you do put it into its maximum setting. Like right now, look, there we go. See, it's just ready. Now, speaking of visibility out the front, rear, and sides, I can't see very good. Still like the standard 3 Series design, where you can really see clear out the front, sides, as well as out the rear. That's the thing with this car, though. Words can't express how it drives in person. And I'm just truly grateful and humbled to be able to do this. You can't see right there, the head-up display is very clear and crisp. You can, of course, put up your navigation information right there. I'm going to put it in Sport so you can see the M gauge cluster right there, which looks oh so nice. Slow down for ambulance. Ho. Now, majority of the drive, I am going to obviously leave it in this mode right here, as it's a performance vehicle. Oh my goodness. Now, speaking of comfort with these M bucket seats, I have to say they are kind of on the tight side. Definitely, like, even at my frame, if I was any bigger, I probably wouldn't be able to fit in these seats. The bolstering is adjustable, but it only goes in from here. Oh my God. And the shifting is so beautiful. It's dual clutch levels of shifting. But I do want to try a quick acceleration up here. Basically, I'm in M1 mode, so basically I'm in dynamic stability or traction, and I just come to a stop. Put my foot on the brake, all the way, gas. Woo! My God. Let me control it manually. This thing is so aggressive. So 0 to 60 is 3.4 seconds, and that feels bang on right. This thing will really be a monster with the tune. Whew. Yeah, any faster and I feel like I'm taking off. You gotta feather the throttle so the back end doesn't come out. Woo. Braking is phenomenal. These aren't the carbon ceramics, but they have so much confidence. We have a tunnel right here, so it is right here. Yeah, this whole second gear. Yeah, that sounds good. The S58. My God. Whew. Now, speaking of sound, so that was in, of course, exhaust open. You can, of course, close the exhaust when you are in road mode and basically putter along. But I have to say, though, speaking on sound, the S58, a lot of people say it definitely does sound better than the S55 and the F80 generation of the M3 and M4, which I do have to say, though. But that did have its own kind of sound. It was a little bit more unique, but I definitely like this more deeper sound. Now, it is, of course, a rear manual mode, so oh my God. You guys can see right there, this is definitely a real manual mode. It will bang off the rev limiter. It's very engaging. But I have to say, though, I had it in drive before in the other back road, and honestly, it definitely thinks before you do. For a traditional torque converter automatic, it is very impressive. Has such seamless shifts, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, just bangs off the gears. Woo. This thing just is like warp speed. The way it grips, you do have the confidence with the Xdrive. With not that much of a weight penalty, if I'm really being honest. Definitely is a pretty good trade-off to get the Xdrive to have a little bit more confidence going around the roads. Whew. This is fun. My God. Non-launch control is just going to take off normally. Handling is in another world. And the brakes give you so much confidence. These aren't the carbon ceramics, but I have to tell you guys, they are phenomenal. Alright, let's leave it in auto. These Pirelli P0s, good handling. Just gets out the hole so quick. But let me go ahead and throw it back into its regular mode. Exhaust closes up, and at highway speeds the car is very calm and quiet. Of course, do have your driver assistance technology right here. Turn that on. You can change the following distance right there. 1 following distance, 2, 3, as well as 4 following distance. The adaptive cruise is very easy to use. Of course, do have lane keeping assist, so it'll keep you in the lane. It does have steering assist. And I have to say though, even cruising at just under 80 miles an hour, the car is very quiet, refined, and smooth. Now that rattling is just my tripod over there, so yeah. But as a cruiser, getting 22 on the highway, this thing can easily get a little bit more than 22. It is just so refined and smooth. You see right there, we're in 8th gear, cruising along, no problem at all. What I'm really impressed with is the handling and the acceleration. I mean, this thing has warp speed acceleration, the way it just moves, balanced. Of course, hit that and it'll turn off the driver assistance, no problem at all. But yeah, let's go back into drive, transmission and max. Passing power. Damn, buddy. My God. Woo. The way this thing just takes off definitely does feel like more than 503 horsepower. In the brakes banging down. You go from illegal to hero in no time. gotta tell you guys, this thing is just so much fun. Now you can of course put it in a drift mode if you want to have just a little bit more fun, but you're definitely on your own because he will be off. So you better hang on tight because it's going to be a bumpy ride if you do put it in two-wheel drive mode. But that's really not for, I would say, like a public road, or if you do it, I would say use it on a empty road. But you can see right here, just chilling at the light right here is just calm, quiet. There are no like shakes or rattles from the engine. I mean, everything just feels high quality. Do like the manual mode, which you can hear right there. Now the gear shifter can sometimes be just a little funny, like getting in the gear. Like I remember when I first started driving this, it took a minute. You gotta pull all the way over for neutral and then, you know, up for reverse. But honestly, after driving, getting a little bit more used to it and acquainted with it, I can say it's honestly no problem at all. But the sound though, man. And then the aftermarket support for these. I mean, if you get it tuned, downpipe, exhaust, intakes, you'll be at like 700 horsepower with just a couple simple things, like just bolting on. This is like a child. Of course, you do have a carbon roof, so basically the structural rigidity has been lowered so it handles like it's on rails. It's just spectacular. Do love the carbon on this car though. Of course, you do have the carbon splitter with the roof, which I just mentioned, and the spoiler. And this interior though, you got acres of carbon fiber when you go for this carbon fiber trim. So you get the carbon steering wheel with the paddles. All works very good with this Fiona red interior. As we get a little bit closer to our destination, what do I think so far about the G80 M3? Overall, I have to say though, this definitely did surpass my expectations of what I thought this car would do and how it would be. Definitely has surpassed that. The acceleration, the speed, I mean, we was moving on that highway just now, and honestly, I can say this thing just took it no problem at all. The handling, the confidence that it gave you. Now, keep in mind that was in its comfort steering, so let me try out the sports steering. Does have pretty good heft. Response is out of this world, the way it just tracks so straight. I mean, yeah, this thing is nice. Now overall, for just under $100,000, or I'm not sure what the pricing is, as I said before, I will put it in the description below, but honestly, the way the technology is on a daily basis when you're driving in comfort, and then when you put it into its max sport setting, the feel, and the burbles. This thing will sound pretty damn wicked though with a exhaust and some catless downpipes. It will be insane. But yeah, so my overall opinion with this G80 M3 is that it definitely surpassed my expectations. The technology, the wireless connectivity through this new iDrive 8 display with 14.9 inches of display. It's just phenomenal. Definitely reminds me of the older Mercedes designs where they had like the sweeping dash, which I really do miss instead of the iPad thing. The materials and just the feel of the interior, all this is soft touch. This thing is just wow. And I can't tell you guys how grateful I am to be able to actually drive and do a review on this car. And the upshifts, it's like this deep thud on the upshifts. It's so aggressive. Nope, we're not gonna do it. We got, damn, he's all. And this 8-speed just is a fast shifter, the way it just goes. Oh my God. But yep, so let's go ahead and get to our